In Peoria, a restaurant is getting a facelift thanks to being on the receiving end of one of those business interruption grants. Kebab will be receiving $10,000 to relieve costs from COVID-19. The owner, Mahab Kahil, says he will be using the money for new kitchen equipment and remodeling. He applied for the grant about a month ago. He just found out Wednesday evening he would be receiving it.
Oh, it was a big relief. And I said, thank God, here you go. Finally, we have a little breathe and little space to work with our financial problems.
All right, thanks.
He says this money will help keep his business for now, but it won't last forever and he needs to plan for that. New at 5:30, an Illinois state senator is being charged with tax evasion. Court records show Senator Terrence Link, who represents area near Waukegan, is accused of filing false tax returns in 2016, reporting his total income lower than what it actually was. It is unclear if Link has responded to the charges. Well, from the Capitol Bureau, a growing number of Democratic state lawmakers are joining their Republican colleagues in calls for ethics reform in Springfield. They say it's time to tighten rules, create transparency, and finally end the culture of corruption in state politics. Capitol Bureau Chief Mike Militich is live in Springfield tonight to highlight their proposal. Mike?
Good evening, Trish. The chorus for social reform here under the Capitol is growing, but one of the biggest things we still see, Speaker Madigan still has a tight grip around all the bills that pass through the General Assembly. Democrats from both chambers are pushing 9 ideas to be a part of the final report for the Joint Commission on Ethics and Lobbying. They hope to see a plan prohibiting legislator lobbyists, stop the revolving door, and change the definition of who lobbyists can be.
We have to come forward publicly, and we are not going to stop until we get real systemic change that the people of the state of Illinois absolutely deserve and that we have to have if we are going to move forward.
Legislative reforms include an expansion of financial disclosure requirements, establishing an official censure for lawmakers violating ethics laws, strengthening the Legislative Inspector General's office, and ending the current lawmaker exemption from the Human Rights Act.
We are calling on our colleagues to join us in acting as nonconformists, to challenge the status quo and to change the rules that allow the GA leaders to use their offices to build empires of power.
These Democrats also hope to see term limits established for legislative leaders, along with a temporary removal policy for leaders and committee chairs under criminal investigation.
Anyone who fails to live up to these standards, who uses their position of power and influence for personal gain rather than the public good, shouldn't have been an elected official, should not even run for office.
Some of the lawmakers mentioned these changes are needed for all elected officials, and their effort goes beyond one man's power.
The General Assembly needs to prove to the citizens of Illinois that we can walk and chew gum at the same time and make historic and significant ethics reform a reality.
Republican members of the Joint Commission on Ethics and Lobbying welcome these ideas from the Democrats, but they also hope they'll join in the calls for a special session to deal with these ethical issues. They also hope they'll see Speaker Madigan resign from his role. For now, reporting live in Springfield, Mike Militich, Heart of Illinois, ABC.
Mike, thank you very much. Brian, what's the rest of the night looking like?
Pretty quiet out there, just like the last couple of nights. Maybe a few passing clouds, but skies should be mainly clear to partly cloudy this evening and into tonight and tomorrow morning. With that in mind, precision radar nice and quiet. We're going to stay dry here in the short term of our forecast, but it's still a little warm, a little bit muggy. Temperatures in the upper 80s in Peoria with all that sunshine. Dew points in the mid 60s, giving us that muggy feel out there this evening. 85 degrees for current temperature in Bloomington. Again, just a couple passing clouds out there. We'll call it mainly clear for most of the night tonight. 65 for wake up temperature tomorrow. Upper 80s on the way over the next couple of days, but rain chances heading up as we get into the weekend forecast. We'll time out some showers and storms in just a few more minutes.
Thank you, Brian. Another Heart of Illinois resident has died from the coronavirus. The Tazewell County Health Department says a man in his 80s recently passed away. This is the county's 9th COVID-related death and the area's 98th death. The Heart of Illinois went over to 5,000 case mark today after 189 people in the area tested positive. Seeing new cases are Peoria, McLean, Tazewell, Woodford, Livingston, LaSalle, Marshall, Bureau, Knox, Fulton, Logan, and Mason counties. 112 new recoveries to note in our area, bringing the total to 3,104. 1,954. That leaves 1,914 cases active. And 4 Illinois Wesleyan University students, 3 on campus and 1 off campus, have tested positive for COVID-19. This comes as the university has adopted a universal testing protocol, which they say goes above and beyond CDC recommendations for safety returning to campus. The university is working with health services and health departments with contact tracing. The first day of school is on Monday. That'll be a mix of in-person, online, and hybrid courses. More people continue to be tested at the McLean County testing site. The County Emergency Management Agency reports 663 people were tested at the site on Wednesday. The site, located at Interstate Center in Bloomington, is open from 9 to 5 p.m. daily. Testing is not limited to McLean County residents, and it is done using a self-swab test, which is monitored by an on-site staff member. Statewide, more than 46,000 new COVID-19 tests have taken place. That's just in the last 24 hours. That's according to the state's Department of Public Health, which reports more than 3.2 million tests have been done since the pandemic began. As for the numbers, 1,834 new cases were reported just today, bringing our total over the 200,000 case mark in all 102 counties. The state's positivity rate slightly fell from 4.1% to 4%. The recovery rate stays at 95%. Currently, 1,628 people are in the hospital battling the virus. Of those, 383 are in the ICU, while 127 are in ventilators. 24 new deaths to report across the state, bringing the state's death toll to 7,696. Well, the Teachers Union for Eastern and Western Illinois